Well, you were added.
True.
Don't bullshit with me.
We'll just see what happens on Sunday. I don't know.
We're in the final battle.
Anixia will be here. It's fine.
But I just got a power that gives me, I think it is 3 attacks with. Oh no, it's right now. Yeah, it gives me 3 attacks and 1 attack action. So.
Grizz, you're not supposed to tell us.
No. Personal power. That's from being a level 15 blood hunter.
Okay. God damn.
No, that's not the power. That's not the power that I got blessed with. No.
I thought she was.
This is a personal power that she now has.
I want to know, but I also don't want to know.
I want to know, but then I didn't want to be a dick and be like, "Oh God, that's what you got? That power sucks compared to mine." Whoops.
Anyway, guys,
Clearly the best power. Not that anyone would know.
In this game last week, you guys had finished off some business with Carly in the square. Lobu ended up with a dolphin tattoo on his back. And then you were off to
Yeah, Dave, you weren't there for that. Lobu now has a tramp stamp.
Yep.
I'm oddly not surprised by that.
Actually,
with Carly eyes.
Yeah, Carly said that she didn't want herself tattooed. She wanted Topaz to tattoo Lobu with the special ink she gave her.
And wants to find someone to etch us with a magical sigil thing.
Yeah, she was curious about that. So, but
or we could also get you a magic tattoo one day.
That bitch ain't touching me.
No, Topaz would be tattooing.
That bitch ain't touching me.
At any rate,
I'd rather have Noxi tattoo me than Topaz.
Oh, it's Topaz you don't like. Okay. Anyway,
you don't like her or don't trust her?
So don't trust her to tattoo something on me.
So you guys took your ship, the Stormy Jack, sailed it down a bit south to the mountain ranges, where there was this cove that happened to have the fortress that apparently has been sinking. Back dab in the middle of it. You had to swim to get there the rest of the way, to not announce yourselves. And when you looked in to this one place deep underwater, you discovered a whole army in the middle of arming themselves under there. And you decided, no, that's not the best way to try to go in. So you kind of climbed up to the top area, which is now just has a set of steps going up to it, and entered in at still dry level. And after fighting a bunch of guards up there, thankfully keeping them from alerting anybody else, you have made your way down to what appears to be an armory. And to refresh the description of this, the room that you are in has a plain stone floor, walls, and ceiling. 2 rows of metal racks run almost the entire length of the room from east to west. They are set parallel and about 6 feet apart, leaving a passageway between them. A large number of spears, tridents, and other weapons are arrayed on these racks. 2 large closed coffers sit to either side of the southern archway. There's one like here and one like here.
Is there anything special about any of these weapons?
What you see around you appears to be about at least 60 spears, 30 tridents, 10 glaives, and 20 warhammers.
Captain, we gotta get to those chests, those coffers.
Are they made of any unique metals or just regular steel?
No, they look like fairly regular steel, or at least something that probably won't rust for a while. Anyway, something that's seaworthy at the moment.
I think we should take them on our way out. Hard to wage a war without weapons.
This door's just straight up open, the one I'm in front of.
Yeah, they're all open. They're all just like, sitting in. And as you glance to the north, Noxi, a bit, you see that it's a room with plain stone construction, but it seems to contain organizations of metal nails, hooks, and buckles, along with some leather belts and straps on the floor. Some kind of storeroom.
Sorry,
Well-
remind me again, Lobu, the coffers. Where are they?
Oh, southern door, right over there, Cap.
So, are we going to keep looking? Considering we've really just seen what's down below, and we've sort of seen what's up here.
Do we get the impression that we've like seen enough to bring back info?
That is up to you.
How many floors are there?
You know that there's 3. You were told by the lizard folk whose this fortress used to belong to.
And where we saw all those troops, that was the bottom floor or below
Yes.
the bottom floor?
Yes, that was the 3rd
That
floor.
was-
And this floor, from the outside, does it look like there's much left? Or is this pretty much it, everything we've explored so far?
From the outside, give me an intelligence check.
Like, my thing is like, if it's a football field, did we explore a room or did we explore a football field?
As I said, roll me an intelligence check.
Yep. Well, I'm just telling you, that's the question I'm asking.
Yes, again, roll me an intelligence check.
15.
Alright. It looks like maybe you've explored a few small rooms of a much larger structure.
And there's probably still more rooms to explore on this level, but it's up to you guys how we proceed.
Guys,
Yes?
where are we?
Oh, you're back. We're scouting.
Uh-huh.
Very stealthily. Isn't that right, Lobu?
I mean, I still got a 20.
What
I
are-
want to
what-
check one of the coffers, but I don't want to open it. I want to make sure it's not like trapped or anything weird.
This is the...
By the way- There is a small crab on your shoulder, Fumble.
Snip,
Oh.
snip. It's not a familiar crab, by the way.
Just a random crab?
No, definitely not random.
Who put it there?
Me,
Snip, 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 snip.
Why?
it's a friend.
Why is there a crab on me?
Because he couldn't breathe out of water as a mermaid. Merman. Merfolk.
It's decorative. Go with it.
He's what's allowing us to not be heard, because I'm not doing great on my own.
By the way, Topaz, room you just wandered into? It's actually a fairly unfinished area. It looks like at some point, or maybe it was at one point, used as a barracks of some kind. There's many lidless coffers arranged around the walls of this room, but there's none towards the north wall that you just came through. Propped against the center of the north wall are dozens of stoneworking tools.
That's this
Still
room here.
fairly
you're talking
empty.
about.
Yep. It's still oddly empty, but, God.
I'm gonna make a stealth roll.
What's the radius on pass?
30 feet, which means
Cool.
that Topaz is outside the range, I believe. Hold on, let me check.
Stepping back in. Yeah, it's only 30 feet.
Yeah, so yeah, you're outside the range.
Stepping back in. Can I get Noxi's attention?
Yeah, Noxi will come over.
I point down this hallway and hold up 3 fingers.
Which hallway? The left or right?
Down.
Okay. She's not really sure what you wanted her to do.
Like, I'm looking back to see if anybody else is coming down.
I wanna
Roll a perception check, Noxi and Topaz.
Shit.
You both hear the faint sounds of hammering, coming from somewhere towards the southern direction. It sounds like an echo, like something's echoing down past the south and echoing upwards down this corridor.
Mhm. I'm making my way back. Guys,
What's up?
there's some more down the hallway. I'd gauge 50, 60 feet or more. I could make out 3. Probably more I couldn't see. And there's hammering. building
There's
something.
more what?
Sahagin.
Oh, we're doing that mission.
Yes, we're scouting,
Oh.
so other people can fight them later.
Oh.
We've been fighting a few of them.
And there's stone working tools down here for no apparent reason.
They might
Maybe
have been
they're-
left by the lizard folk.
They're making renovations. Nothing in this big room here that I can see. Everybody can come down if you want, but definitely more to the south.
Are we gonna keep moving south then?
I asked this before, I'll ask it again. Are we just gonna come in and murder Hobro everything on this floor? Because I'm down with that plan if we're doing it. No love lost between my kind and Sahagin.
Noxi holds up a sign. We should probably avoid combat for now.
My big concern is that if an alarm is raised, we need to leave. We can't fight what's on the lower level. And I feel that whatever we do, we should take their arms on the way out. And it's going to take a while to get that many arms out of it.
Fumble's gonna hold up her arm. I got mine.
My arm. It's a loner.
So what?
Loner.
Does it have insurance?
Yes. Yep.
Can I check out this coffer?
Sure. It's unlocked, and you see inside there are daggers and scabbards.
Nothing looks especially
Really
interesting in
awkward.
there. Was, especially special.
Nothing especially special, but just a bunch of daggers.
I'll check the other one too, just real quick.
Yeah, this is you lift the lid of it. You see that it contains the exact same thing as the other one.
Oops. Sorry.
It seems like both coffers are filled with daggers.
That was bullshit, Lobu.
I know. I was expecting at least something good.
I know.
What are the quality of the daggers? Would they be
Just-
considered good?
They're just average quality daggers from what Lobu could see. Nothing special about them, nothing fancy.
So they could fall under good.
Suppose that is the case. So what is your troop planning now?
I'm personally for killing as many of these jokers as we can before we have to make a run for the exit. You gotta watch out for more gongs, though, that's for sure.
What?
Gongs. There was an alarm bell thingy at the entrance. Lobu just straight up murdered the one that was, well, no, Topaz murdered it, but he petrified it when it tried to run for the gong.
I can only do that 2 more times, too.
A day? Or ever?
Ever.
Well, you're doing good so far.
So what you're saying is don't miss.
Yeah.
It doesn't miss, I don't think. I don't think it's that type of spell. Is it the type of spell?
No, they have to resist on something.
Interesting. I'm hoping metal can't turn to stone. Don't piss him off.
Well, if you've seen people turn to stone, you've noticed that metal items on their persons have also turned to stone.
Don't piss him off. Until
So-
you're out of my body.
So what? Just don't talk to him?
No, don't piss him off.
Okay, and stop talking to him.
I haven't pissed.
Pretty hard to piss off. Noxi, you see anything over there?
Do I see anything in here?
All right. You look inside and you see that this room holds a small table with 2 chairs beside it, a stone coffer, its lid open and propped against the wall, and standing in the northern east corner, which is right next to you. The coffers stand. There's 2 coffers. One of them stand in the northeast corner, and there's an identical one in the northwest corner, but both of them are empty. It looks a lot like these rooms are being set up for use, that they haven't actually been occupied yet. Like, they're expecting either more troops, from what you can tell, or perhaps it's waiting for something. Some condition to be met. Perhaps simply this needs the barracks around you to be finished.
Alright. Not sure what to do here. I guess I'll investigate it for, like, any valuables.
Roll an investigation check. You spend a little time, checking everything in your roguish nature, and discover that it's been completely unused. And even the construction crew hasn't dropped anything behind anything. It's like, perfectly set up, just like a little showroom in here, ready and waiting for use, but not used for anything yet.
Okay. Noxi just comes up and shrugs.
Just poking you, crab. Just poking you, crab.
The crab goes snip snip at your fingers.
Don't.
Don't see anything to the west.
Topaz, where did you say the 3 of them were? The 3 Sahagin?
Over here.
You're there. Okay.
I hold up 4 fingers now. I was wrong.
As you gaze down there, let's see. Topaz, roll me an intelligence check. And as you take a look at the Sahagin you can see from here, you realize it's not exactly the same ones that you saw just a few minutes ago when you last checked. There's clearly more than what you're seeing circulating through whatever room is down there.
Okay, I was triple wrong. There's a lot. Yeah. If we're going to explore, we should go west. We go down there, that's a fight, for sure.
Alright. Let's head west then, because I'd like to avoid a fight as long as possible.
Before we leave, I could try and disguise myself as one of them. But that should be like as we're on our way out, probably.
Do you speak their language?
No, but I feel like I could get in, take a look, and get out, and hopefully not die.
Hopefully.
Working on.
Exactly.
Could be something as stupid as just a statue of Sekola, but I don't think so.
If you think you can confidently go down there, get in and out without issue, then fine, but just be careful.
Noxi, can you look up in that room up here without being seen?
Yeah, she nods and she starts heading up.
Roll a stealth check, please.
Alright.
Yeah, even your own party doesn't hear you, and they barely see you as you move up.
But I can't move the crab.
Yeah, I'll fix that.
Do you want to give me permission for now, just so I can...
No, don't worry about it. I know that the crab is on your shoulder, so it's
Okay.
like within your distance. Alright, Noxi, you peer into yet another empty room. It seems like most of this floor is empty so far as you've seen, other than that two concentrations of people so far that you've noticed. This particular room has dark green tiles that cover the walls and floor. There's many lidless coffers resting against walls, although there are none near the northern wall or west of the archway. One of the coffers, however, seems to glow, its blue light filling the room. You also notice that there's a sledgehammer propped up against the northern wall.
Okay. Let's slip into this room. Robbing, I guess.
The rogue roguing it up.
What would you like to do?
Can.
Am I not hearing you guys?
Hello.
No, here's
Hello.
Okay. Sorry, I was like thinking that maybe my mic had dropped because it sounded like, maybe I couldn't hear Noxi talking.
Did you hear Noxi say they were gonna rob everything?
I heard rob everything, then I said, okay, and I'm waiting for to hear what she's gonna do. Exactly, in terms of robbing everything. That's just that's not actually an action. That's just a
Looking through. Yeah.
Intent.
yeah.
Yeah. I was gonna say I was gonna look through as many coffers as I can.
So roll an investigation.
Ooh.
Yeah. You cheerfully open each and every one of the coffers, and once again find nothing. Even the glowing one, it doesn't have anything in it. It just appears to function as some sort of lamp. The only thing in this room of any interest is that sledgehammer.
And take a closer look at that sledgehammer. Does it look like it's special in any way, or?
With that investigation check, it could be. Maybe it's whoever's lives here in this room's special weapon that they've left here. Some sort of bludgeoning instrument.
I'm gonna pick it up and I'm gonna bring it back to the party. Noxi just shows you guys the sledgehammer.
Can I tell anything about it by using Arcana?
Sure, roll an Arcana check then.
16.
There doesn't seem to be anything magical about it. It's just a big, heavy sledgehammer.
Cool hammer, Noxi. It's big.
She just plops it on the floor, but not like she drops it. She places it on the floor.
It's just heavy, so you're glad to not be lifting it anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Good save there.
All right. Should I go try and take a look, or do we want to explore more before I potentially get in a lot of trouble?
Again.
Captain.
Personally, I think we should explore first. But I think if you're feeling brave later, sure.
Works for me.
Let's head west.
Explore first, gore later.
Yes.
Well, I mean, I'm all for that. But if we explore more, we get in a fight, one of them gets away or word gets out, there's no way they would ever trust his disguise.
It's not too much of a run to get back to the ship. We just have to make it quick.
Then going west. Just got the pass without trace going.
Yeah. Yeah, you're sticking close to the Fumblesworth, and since the crab is on the shoulders, is the one that casts the spell. Anywhere close to Fumblesworth will keep you with a +10 in your stealth.
Whoops.
Sorry. My bad.
Boss fight.
Ah!
Holidays.
Oops.
Alright. It's another eerily empty corridor. This one doesn't even have the faint sounds of construction work in it. You look in and glance into this other room here, and it doesn't look like it's a completed room. You see dark blue tiles covering the walls and floor, and at the center is a table with a small bench beside it. There's another one of those coffers, once again open with its lid, showing nothing inside. But this time you find a miner's pick lying on the floor in one of the corners.
Interesting.
There's like,
Alright.
basically some some tiles that haven't quite been put up, and there's a small little stack off to one corner as well of tiles that need to be adhered to the wall.
Why would they bother retiling?
This tiling, does it look fresh or is there dust?
Roll an investigation check for me, please, Cogsworth.
Yeah. Yep. 18.
It looks fairly fresh. You don't see dust. You don't see moisture.
Yeah.
It looks like it's, very new construction.
Do they have some kind of more sophisticated leadership? Do they worship anything? That was an open question to the group. Any ideas, anybody? Do they possibly worship something that one of our band may have made a deal with?
Just gonna look pointedly at Lobo.
Yep.
Can I roll a religion check on Sahagin?
Sure.
So we all look at Lobo and say, did you make a deal with her?
Yeah.
Unless this is some really weird rogue group, and you're pretty sure that your patron would have warned you if this had been the case. They do not worship your patron, Lobu.
Actually,
The-
it is.
They worship some kind of shark deity, whose name is escaping me at the moment.
Sickle.
Sekola. There we go. They worship
Lobo, everyone just looked at him.
Sekola.
Sharks, not squids, guys. Come on.
Oh. So they're more sophisticated than you?
You think?
Are sharks more?
Yeah. Are sharks more sophisticated than squids?
No.
Well,
But Fumble is just smiling.
You can kind of tell by the twinkle in her side of the eye, her side of the face. The pink eye on her side is just twinkling in such a way that you can imagine that she's smiling.
I actually have a quick question. The tile, does it have any weird iconography that might have some kind of meaning? Or is it literally just tile?
It appears to be some nice blue tile that especially considering what you saw in the other room, looks a lot like this. Would probably reflect that blue light pretty well. But there's no blue light currently in this room.
Like there's no symbols or anything on the tile. It's literally just
Nope, it's
pretty
just
monochrome tile.
pretty monochrome. Yeah.
I feel like there's more to this than meets the eye.
Noxi, let's go.
I
I just walked back around the corner. Come on. I feel like we're just like waiting to run across this opening. Oh shit, we're still going.
Yeah. There's a lot of empty spaces on this on this particular map. It's kind of interesting. It's all very quiet.
Yeah, I was gonna say, it is way too quiet for Noxi right now, so she's gonna be like looking for like traps and stuff.
All right, roll an investigation check. Can't really tell anything. You don't see anything that looks like it might be a trap. All of the, any tiling that exists in the corridor, it's all even. The bits of coral that are embedded in the walls are all even. You don't see anything that like sticks out or looks like a trap or looks like something you could depress if you stepped on it wrong. And you don't see any wires anywhere.
All right.
So are these blue tiles everywhere?
Well, it looks like certain rooms have some nice blue tile in them. Other passageways apparently have some various coral embedded into the walls. There are various colors. Some of them are just decorative. Others are dyed with octopus ink, and there's like some black here and there. But it looks like, in terms of what's out in the corridor, it looks like less fancy than what you saw in that room back there. Oops.
Just the corridor.
The further you guys get head in this direction, you do start hearing bits and pieces of what sounds like gnashing noises that most likely Sahagin in the distance, along with occasionally rat-a-tat, tat-tat, tat-tat of something in construction. But it seems to be mostly coming from this direction.
That's the case. Do we want to avoid that direction, or do we want to go south? Wait, do we want to avoid, or do we want to go towards it? That's what I meant to ask.
You need to see what.
Do we want to avoid it or do we want to avoid it?
You need to see what they're doing.
Yeah, we should probably go towards it then.
Seems like it's the only thing happening around here.
Doors. Stand and listen. See if there's more noise coming from one direction or the other.
All right, perception check. There doesn't appear to be any excess noise coming from one direction or the other. Although, Noxi, as you strain your ears a bit, you think that you hear some coming through the walls, a very light sound, vibration or turning into sound of some kind of construction. Like very far off to the south through the walls.
Do we want to open a door?
Yes.
I could open the door as a Sahagin.
Alright, Noxi will open this door.
Alright. Dynamic lighting. And inside, you see dark green tiles that cover the floor and ceiling of this room, forming an incomplete mosaic that depicts Sahagan warriors defending an underwater city from a tentacled monster. A table stands in the center of the room, with small, ornately carved benches to either side. 2 coffers are propped against the north wall, their lids closed.
Finally, closed ones.
This room looks important. So Noxi is going to get to those coffers and open them.
You were in for a big disappointment. They are completely empty.
Devastating.
Can we just blow this place up?
It's like looking for ghosts all over again.
Sorry.
Hey,
I'm
we
just
found
picturing
ghosts.
Noxi's
We
face.
found like 4 ghosts.
They're all happy.
Who built this place again?
It was originally, that it was originally built by the lizard folk, but these tiles and mosaics look fairly new.
Yeah, but the rooms themselves don't, right? They just are retiling them.
Correct.
Yeah, okay. Lizard folk have the imagination of tree stumps. Let's look over here.
Are the coffers? Do the coffers look like old? Like, do they look like they've been here for a while?
No, they look fairly new. A lot of everything in these rooms looks fairly new.
Okay. I want to find where they're hiding their fucking treasure.
Man, Noxi's a little feisty today.
I mean, she's
It's a
not saying that.
rogue.
I'm saying that.
Imagine.
Okay, fine. Liam's a little feisty today.
Imagine you're a character whose like main proficiency
Is
is getting in a
stealing
place
shit?
they shouldn't be and getting loot. And we're getting into a place we shouldn't be, and there's no loot, but there's infinite things to carry it in.
What you're saying is, imagine Cloud going into an empty bank.
Yes.
Imagine
Okay.
An empty bakery. Let's go with an empty bakery.
An empty falafel stand?
Yes.
Imagine you in a room full of puppies, but every time you walk towards one to pet it, it walks away in exactly the same pace you are. So you
Fuck this bullshit.
Exactly.
Fuck this shit.
Alright, I'm going to open this door.
This place is stupid.
The room looks a lot like the previous room. It's pale blue tiles that cover the floor and ceiling, but the mosaics in these walls depict the Sahagan warriors sinking large sailing ships. Everything else is identical to the other room, except this one's clearly been finished.
Does Noxie
Okay.
dare go
Are there any
in
coffers?
the coffer?
Yes, including all the way down to the coffers.
Okay, so I'm going to ask a very important question.
Yes?
Is there anything in the coffers when I open them?
No.
Okay,
What
cool.
the fuck? Who
Noxi
does
just,
that?
Noxi just grabs some of her oil and starts spreading it around the room.
Oh,
Who does this?
Okay, now that's
Yes, let's burn down this stone.
hold on.
What kind of the Hagen leader sits on a throne and says, "All right, go out and tile all the rooms and leave empty chests"? What the fuck?
Topaz, roll me an intelligence check.
Oh my god. Are we
I'm
being
gonna
duped?
start crying.
For who? Noxie's sanity?
Yeah, it is quite insane that they've done this, Topaz.
Are we being duped? Is this a
Wall.
is this a distraction?
Make everything look like a bad land dweller's bathroom. That's what we.
Yeah, it's still all the way up in the air, which the Hagen hate.
Noxi starts pushing Lobu out of the room.
Crying
Noxie?
tiles off the wall, damn them.
Noxie?
Right,
She
we're
gets a
doing
tinder box and lights her oil.
we're doing your plan, Lobo. We're doing your plan.
Alright.
Well, we now have a
The oil
now we
catches
have
on
a
fire, and
fire.
the room starts to
Now we
burn.
just- what are you? You're gonna rob? Okay. now
Noxie,
we-
do you want to do this other room too?
Why are we burning this place down?
Okay, I'm holding up a hand.
And
Holding up a
Noxie's right.
hand. Holding up a hand now. pointing around that corner.
Alright.
Noxi does hold up a sign to Fumble that says not enough oil.
Or maybe we shouldn't burn their home down when they told us specifically not to.
It was an accident. It slipped.
Out of the opening of the can that Noxi turned over.
Exactly, it slipped.
I stepped back out of Lobu's way.
Do you still have that hammer, Noxi?
I did
no.
put it down on the ground back there, but I could run back and get it with my rogue speed.
Maybe the pick then. That's a little closer, if you don't mind. Want to look like I'm doing something.
I can just imagine Noxi just like pouting and
She has a
Doing-
crowbar.
little tiny stomps with her feet.
Would you like the crowbar?
I don't think they'll... Anyway, I'll just go. So Lobu transforms into a Sahagin. Preferably one from... one...
Alright. Roll a deception check with advantage. Oh!
Oh no!
You should drag a foot a little and act like you had a head blow. That way they won't expect you to speak.
Oh no!
Yeah, he...
You don't really look like kind of look like a pile of lumpy watercolored mashed potatoes. I'm not really.
Well, maybe I shouldn't go then?
Anybody else seeing this? I don't know about
Lobo,
that.
I don't know
Lobo-
much about sea folk, but you don't look right.
I mean, you didn't look right to begin with, but now you really don't look right.
In the
Well,
least offensive way possible.
Yeah, not like me telling Captain here she had
Keep
a
it
pig ass.
Got any spells we can cast on them to improve that?
The pig ass, or
No, I don't think you can improve that. I meant Lobu.
I can cure wounds, but I don't think any spell I have could cure that kind of psychological damage.
GM, would you allow me to try again if I used Enhance Ability?
did you use a spell or just a disguise? Is that the,
Disguise.
that was just the... Is that a, Okay, how many times a day can you do disguise self?
Infinitely. It's a warlock thing.
Is that the
Oh,
masculine
yeah.
faces thing?
Ask him anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What will Enhance ability do?
Would give me advantage on...
You already
normally
hit-
it would just give me...
You already had advantage. If you try it again, you'd be then doing it as a disadvantage because you already tried this once. But if you use Enhance ability, that would then go, wash. So you only get one rolling of it.
What if Noxi assists by giving him some pointers?
Drawing us a
What they look
log on
like.
our board.
All right, I'll let you do one
It's
chance
go here.
with advantage now that Noxi's assisting. But this is the last chance you have on that using enhanced ability and Noxi's assistance. All right,
That's better.
now he's looking more like a Sahagin.
Noxi gives you a thumbs up.
Lobu gives a thumbs up back and then tries to put on like a very serious Sahagin face. So I'm just acting cash, walking in. At this point, do I see what they're up to?
You see that they're mostly milling around, looking around, just basically like they're waiting or like hanging out, like this is a boring journey. In this particular room, you see a chamber that's accessed by 3 archways, north, east, and west. A stone bench runs along the south wall. Set into the north wall opposite the west archway is a metal gate that closes off an opening to the north. The mechanism consists of wheels, chains, and various pulleys attached to the east wall. And as the particular guard over standing by the pulley, glances at you, looks at your pickaxe for a moment. They start opening that gate. It's kind of like shrug and mumbling something in Sahagin.
I'll just nod. And where's the gate?
The gate would be right here.
And I'll just start on my way up there.
Hi ho.
Hi ho. It's up the path we go.
It's off to the.
A long, narrow room stretches beyond the gate with 4 pillars equally spaced north to south. And as you get through, to your right, along the east wall, runs a shallow trough cut into the stone floor. The channel is stained, and traces of brown liquid shine wetly. It doesn't smell very good either. To your left, along the west wall, dozens of manacles hang from the walls at waist height.
Good. Does it look like? Well, I know what's in that trough. I don't need to ask. We all know what's up.
And as you continue to head north, you see a slumped figure laying in the corner of the room.
Can I tell? He's not Sahagin, I assume?
It looks to be a human, and the only reason you know they're still alive is that there's a slight rise to their chests. A slight sound coming from them.
Oh, buddy, you're not doing so good.
A pair of eyes open slightly and look up at you.
Here, eat this fish raw. You'll like it, I promise.
He seems to be too weak for food. Have you come to kill me?
No, not exactly. Look, are you gonna live through this conversation?
Be real.
He just stares at you with eyes that... Well, run a medicine check.
Oh, you're an asshole.
Yeah, he looks like he's probably going to die very soon.
Alright, look, I didn't want to do this. And then I cast Healing Word on him. I'm like,
his eyes are still fairly bleak, but he looks like he maybe has a bit more time.
alright, man, what are they doing in here?
I saw many sacrificed. I don't know what they were doing. Some kind of ritual.
Sorry, please proceed.
We were just here to figure out what was going on in what used to be the lizard folk lair.
Alright, so it seems like you've got very little useful information for me. However, let me see if I can't help you. Do Sahagin come in here and take you away?
They took the others away to toil, but I am too weak.
So if I tried to get your locks off and take you out of here, they'd probably kill us both, huh?
Can't walk anymore.
Alright. You got nothing for me, huh?
I don't remember anything.
Alright,
Not-
take this fish.
Not since that earthquake a while ago. Everything was shaking.
Did the Sahagin react to that earthquake in any interesting way?
I don't think so. But it maybe it was the sacrifices.
Look, I'm gonna try and get back to you if you live. You know. Here, just look, eat the fish. It's gonna make you feel a lot better. It's like eating a full day's worth of food. Do you have any messages you'd like to bring to family or anything?
His eyes flicker a bit. And then his eyes suddenly widen and he seems to gasp, and his face just turns sheet white, and he looks away. The teeth! The teeth in the temple! And he collapses.
Well, pointless. He didn't look like he had anything good on him, did he?
No.
Aha. Priorities.
We are not leaving without loot, damn it!
You got a nice pickaxe.
Did we pick it up? Did we take it?
Yeah, he's holding it.
No, he's not.
The Sahagin
Sledge?
at the wheel just kind of looks at you, considering you're alone, and seems to say something in Sahagin.
I'll just nod at him and I'll go back.
Roll a deception check!
Ah, hell.
Damn it, why can't I be with Lobu? I would know what's going on.
That wouldn't be advantage, I assume.
Is it spell still active?
Let's see, you have a 15 disguise. Let me see something real quick.
How long does invincibility last?
You're pretty sure you're pretty sure the Sahagin bought it.
Alright. We're gonna go pick up. I'm gonna go release this fucking dude and try and carry him back to the gate.
He's just a body now. There's no life left in him. Sahagin, you hear a couple of Sahagins snickering at you. You see one looking at whispering to another.
I give him a wink and keep moving.
Oh god.
Lobu comes back carrying an emaciated body of a human.
That's what I'm supposed to do.
What?
What?
That's not.
I didn't do anything. I actually wasted a spell slot on this useless piece of shit. I will say
Oh my god.
they are doing something real nasty in the basement. I believe they're making sacrifices, and if I had to guess, I would say that they're waking up some ancient evil.
The smell of smoke
Are you
slowly
friends with
drifts
that?
into your corner.
Oh no.
Coming from,
Oh
it's
no.
definitely coming from over in this room.
Alright, we need to move. Let's get out of here.
Leave.
There weren't as many of them in that room as I thought, but yeah.
They're probably all mobilizing down below.
Really dumb question. Are the doors on the rooms wooden?
No, they're stone.
Oh, okay.
Can tile burn? Like, that's what I'm trying to figure out.
I would think the adhesive could.
Are they adhesed or are they mortar?
I mean, I used a whole.
The
I don't
oil.
exactly
Let's
know.
just go with the oil is burning, as are the wooden table and benches that were in that room.
Okay.
So someone's bound to notice.
Wait,
In time.
what if whatever's guiding these Sahuagin just kind of took over them and are using them to build a church for all of its crazed followers.
Awesome.
We're not
Could
gonna have
that
anywhere to sit
be-
down, I guess.
Could that be why there's not any? Yeah.
I don't know. But I still think that we should try to take their weapons if there's time. Hard to fight a war without weapons.
Where are you going, Noxi? Let's get out of here.
Noxi has found a door.
Maybe.
Let's go. I'm prone to believe what you said, that they're building for something or sacrificing for something. In which case, we need to get out, warn the others, and have them. We need to launch this attack as soon as possible. Maybe.
Will this drop around? Will this go out?
Oh, great, we're fucking lost.
No, we came through here, guys. We came through.
Yeah, but I thought maybe going through here would just loop around to the same area.
Oh, it does.
And you do. In fact, you see the bodies still laying on the ground here.
Appropriately, I'm having veggie chips with sea salt. Thank you.
Good stuff. Well, a few kinds of chips I can
So,
eat.
are
My
we-
food allergies.
Are we not gonna steal their weapons?
I'd say it would be worth it.
How? How are we going to carry them all and
Do you
swim?
have a bag of holding to carry at least a few?
I don't think you can put spears in that.
Haven't we done it before? Wasn't my pike in there at one?
I feel like we've had a lot of sharp things.
I don't suppose it would burn hot, or we could get fire to burn hot.
Didn't we steal the weapon from the
We
lizard
could burn the
folk?
handles.
Yeah.
Do the weapons look like wooden handles?
It looked a lot, a lot like metal. Some of them probably had wooden pieces there. Let's see. Yeah, the spears definitely had wood. However, and the warhammers would have had wood, but the glaives and the tridents would have been pretty much metal and leather.
We can
you
burn
guys
the
a-
wood.
Are we okay just burning the weapons?
Works for me.
I would like to run in there real quick, kind of push the racks together, and prestidigitate to start a little fire.
All right.
Can we trap the bodies, or at least this room, and come looking?
How'd you like to do that?
Noxi.
We change the mechanism for the.
What do you want me to do?
We killed the net,
Oh,
Yeah.
That's right. We killed that.
but while they're working on that, if it's okay, sweetheart, we'll run down and we'll
Take
get
care of
the tools burning or the weapons burning.
Yeah.
In that room just over the way.
Where is it?
Just
Back
straight
here?
down or to the right. Nope, straight down. Yeah, that would be that. There were a bunch of weapon racks. We're literally just pushing all the racks closer together so they'll burn in one big lump, setting a blaze and running.
Shit, wrong room.
Noxi
Yep,
will
there you go.
assist with her tinder box, I guess.
We could just drag the bodies in there and burn them too.
Good. I don't know if it'll burn hot enough to cremate them, but it'll at least leave a mess.
Well, they'll probably know that someone was in here. Either way.
Probably. But we at least inconvenienced them.
So, what exactly would you say you did with the bodies here? The ones in the vast amount of bodies that are in that room there?
Do we have any C4? Or...
As soon as you get out there, the merman changes back into his old self.
Yeah.
After getting down off of Fumblesworth's shoulder.
Who's that?
Sanctush. He helped the others breathe, because,
Was he the crab?
yes.
Oh. Hi.
Hello.
Long story, don't worry about it, but there's 2 of us here. Thanks for helping out.
Yes, quite unusual.
You don't know the half of it. All right, let's go.
He doesn't know her. She just showed up.
Alright.
So he only knows half of it. And jump in the water.
Okay. You guys leave the fortress behind. Back to the Stormy Jack. After a little bit of swimming, thankfully, water breathing lasts a long time. Lasts 24 hours. You guys make it back to your own ship, anchored up just beyond one of the rock outcroppings to keep yourselves hidden. Get back on board, and one of the sailors salutes Volan, says, "No trouble here, Captain!"
Good. I don't think we've brought any back, but we should probably tell them what we've seen.
Aye, Captain.
Oh, Marsh, yeah.
At the word trouble, Fumble is just going to, it's going to catch her attention. She says, "Speaking of trouble, I'm going to go check on Squish."
Don't
Please
worry,
do.
we fed him.
And runs down.
We fed him.
Okay, are there any more mushroom spores?
No. Swish ambles over to you and nudges you in the belly.
Okay, I'm going to pet him for a few minutes and then go back up. Okay, he's fine.
Probably I imagine you imagine that he is soft to pet.
Yeah, squishy.
Hey.
So you guys are just, or all you guys are doing, you're heading back to Salt Marsh, correct?
Yep.
Alright. Doesn't take you too long to head back there. It's still the same day you left. And when you get there, your merman companion bids you farewell and returns to his little kelp nest that's near the docks.
Alright, heading directly for the counselor spot.
Alright. You see the same receptionist behind the desk. You're back already?
Yes, we bring news.
Alright, Ida is in there. Just go on back. I'm sure she'll be thrilled to see you.
Alright, head in there.
And Ada's back there behind her desk and is busy working on some paperwork. I didn't want. Oh, you're back already.
Yes, didn't take long to see that we've got a problem.
Oh, that fucking bad, huh? You're back that early with news. Ugh. She makes this shuddering noise. All right, best tell me, what are we up against?
Well, we couldn't quite keep track of the numbers that were on the lowest level. There were far too many to even try to risk going in that
Fuck.
deep. But we did find on the upper levels they were largely unoccupied, but where there were any, they've been what looks like converting it into a temple to their own god or something along those lines. And they are apparently making sacrifices.
Well, that fucking sucks. I might have to step up the timeline then. We're hoping to have another 2 weeks or so before we went in there, but maybe. Hopefully we'll have enough troops. You thinking that we've got at least a week, or think we should press with what we got now? What do you think? You saw it. What do you advise?
What kind of numbers do we have?
Well, right now we got mostly the folks in town. We got the lizard folk, the merfolk, and the name that the GM is failing to pronounce again. the Lucanth. You know, the weird, cute, puggish people.
Well, Lukatha.
Yeah. And if we had another week, well, we can definitely get some more lizard folk in here, and maybe some more merfolk. Hey, maybe even some of your people would be up for showing up.
Fumbledorth is shutting down. Talk to you guys later.
Alright, bye guys.
See ya.
See ya.
And if we had the full 2 weeks, we might even be able to get some of the folks in Keelan proper to actually send some troops down here. Explain to them the problem that, hey, we're part of your country now. We pay our taxes. We need the help. Yeah, it's outside of your border technically, but they are threatening all of Azure Gulf. Fucking politicians. Yeah, I know, that's ironic, right? Anyway, if we have the full 2 weeks, we might be able to get some people from there. If we have a 1 week, lizard folk, but if we have to go now, we do have some limited people. You don't happen to have any allies you're hiding, are you?
Not that I know of.
We don't tend to make a lot of allies.
Yeah. She steeples her fingers. Here, you've scouted it for us, and we owe some compensation for that. But
Out of character. Did the CL send any of the representatives?
No, they did. No, they didn't. The lizard folk originally didn't think that they wanted. Well, Oceanus is in there, but apparently he's, pretty much the only one. It's unclear if any other CLs are going to join in.
Assholes. How long would it take me to get out there?
Out where exactly? I'm sorry, out of
To
character.
the city and go talk to them.
Talk to the other CLs.
Hmm.
Well, where you're from is much further to the south, well far away from Azure Gulf. Other than Oceanus, I don't know if you've met anybody that lives in the Azure Gulf. Maybe Lobu, but Lobu seems to be an outcast.
Shit. First thought was Sending Stone, but that would mean they'd have to have one. The only way to communicate long distances, especially not to undersea, do we?
There doesn't seem to be any specific communication network for undersea. There doesn't seem to be one for overland either, at least not in this region of the world.
Do I get the impression that Claire could move over vast distances pretty quickly?
Let me think. Roll an intelligence check.
I saw her do some teleporty stuff, but not anything like long distance necessarily.
Yeah, you definitely saw her do some teleporty stuff, and there's some weird things that she mentioned. You honestly don't know what Claire can and can't do. But also, you know that Claire is not currently with you. because you didn't want her with. Well, certain members of your party didn't want her with you.
I bought that sending stone and gave her one.
There is that, which means that you have the potential of communicating with her, assuming she's on this plane of existence.
Okay, guys, I've got an idea about how to communicate with the troops and maybe get us a little quicker. But, however, we would be sending a maniac into the camps of all of our allies. Claire's got a sending stone that I gave her. She could, I mean, I would talk to her first, but I wouldn't be at all surprised if she could move quickly to each of our allies, pass them the sending stone, and then we could give them a little chat.
I mean, I guess there's no harm in first asking if she can actually do that. I guess.
I'm going to specifically look at Topaz.
I don't know how they'd react to that.
I'll just give her a quick ring and see if she even can do it. So we'll know for later. And Logu will pull out the stone.
Does it function? Oh, cool! I opened up right to the right page. Excellent. All right. Yeah. So it is basically the casting of equivalent of casting ascending directly to the other stone. Go for it. What would you like to say? You get 25 words, since it functions just like regular sending.
Oh. I'll sit down and compose a message while everyone else is doing something.
And what's everyone else doing at this point?
I think I would actually go and sit by watch and wait.
All right, Lebu, what would you like to say?
I'm skipping all the intro stuff. I'm just going to say, can you teleport over long distances? If so, we might need your help to coordinate war effort.
All right. So you finish the sending of the message. Like you look down, you look up, probably glance over towards Dredd for a moment, who's sitting down next to you, and all of a sudden there's a rush of displacing air, and you suddenly feel arms around you. Oh, you wanted to see me again, Lebu, so soon?
Yeah, hi.
I think that answers your question, Nobu.
It sure does.
And here I thought you wanted me to go away for a while.
I'm just like looking over. It's Topaz, I assume, is in the same room.
And you hear the jingling of the bells on Claire's hat.
Hi, Claire.
Hello, Dredd. How are you doing?
Sounds good. How are you?
Oh, I'm pretty good. Although I did have an unusual encounter recently, but that was elsewhere at another time. And how are you doing? What have you been up to?
We just got back from exploring a lizard man home that's been taken over by Sahogan.
Ah, those sharks. Lots and lots of sharks. All the blue.
I think we need your help, Claire.
Really? You want my help? Oh, this is exciting.
Look at that. That's... Everyone, so what do we want her to do? We want her to go to...
I think we want her to go around and spread the news that the Sahagin are getting close to summoning something. We think.
Oh no, they've already summoned it.
Oh, good.
What have they summoned? You didn't want to mention that to us, knowing you were going to go to war with them.
Claire just blinks at you. Oh, I see. You forget how I work. Well, see, they're in the process of bringing that fortress down to completely underwater, and they've been also working on very specific summoning.
Why'd we go on a recon mission? We could just ask Claire.
Oh no, you still had to go on the mission. She laughs. But besides, you didn't ask before you went, did you?
No, I didn't think to. So what are they summoning?
Well, that's a little bit hard to explain. Kind of, they summoned the shark, sort of.
What? The god shark?
Well, yes and no.
He grabs onto the bell and he's like, "What are you talking about?"
Lots and lots of teeth, yes. Lots of teeth. Sharp teeth, devouring everything around it. It's kind of swimming around at the bottom there. Inside the fortress. You have to be really careful if you go back. It could eat you.
Oh God, help!
Otis falls on his face.
Aww. She works to pick Lebu up.
When an army won't matter, let's just go.
What?
Still have to distract from. Oh, you mean leave? Like leave this and not deal with it?
No, let's go kill them all.
You really think you can handle that? I know you were quite brave and quite bold, but I know you're also not completely foolish.
Is there a choice? They're going to be able to let that thing free?
Well, it's not free now, and it's not like they just barely summoned it. They summoned it a while ago now.
Oh my god. Okay.
They're currently working to submerge the rest of the fortress. But they're getting ready. They're getting ready to take control of the Azure Gulf. That's why I called them the Blue Faction.
Okay, do you know how long it's going to take them to sink that thing? Probably not, huh?
She thinks for a minute and closes her eyes. That is a very good question. Let's see now. How long will it take to finish this? It'll take just under 3 weeks for them to complete the rituals, and for the avatar to be fully fleshed out. They've been feeding it every day. Just feeding it a bunch of hatchlings.
Hatchlings.
Oh, yes. They do terrible things to their own hatchlings.
Their own hatchlings?
Yes. They're quite cannibalistic, if you must know.
Rather, I didn't, but sounds like
They
you've got
will produce, a single Sahagin woman will produce numerous offspring, but only a handful will ever grow up.
Claire, I just said I didn't want to know.
And she boops you on the nose.
right, everybody, what's the play?
Sounds like we need to stop them somehow, but I don't think we're strong enough alone.
Sounds like we've got as much time as we need to marshal the troops. So at least there's that.
Yeah.
Oh, that one lady in this town said that there was basically a crab machine. What was that? Cowl Swatch.
Crab machine?
Yeah. Maybe we could find that?
Ah, yes, the white faction.
There's another faction.
Well, she kind of thinks for a moment. I was just saying because they come from a more cold place far to the north.
That's probably out far away. But maybe we could find some sort of power. Maybe we could find some extra junk in some ruin around here. While the troops get together.
I still say we just take my idea of a depth charge and go find the shark and explode it.
That's one possibility. It might upset the lizard folk if their old fortress is destroyed, but it will get the job done.
Their fortress is a lost cause now anyway.
Maybe yes,
Besides-
maybe no.
Besides, it's not a very imaginative fortress, and they need to build better ones.
It was just in a good position for the surrounding area, which is why the Sahagin have taken it.
Well, I'll help them rebuild if it means ending that thing.
There are other people in this area, I'm sure, that wouldn't want the Sahagin to be around. Perhaps, and she looks pointedly at Lebu, perhaps the people that poor man was working for. The one that you couldn't save. The one that you tried to save, but unfortunately was too late for.
In his defense, I gave a pretty half-hearted try at it.
No. You did what you could, and you got what information you could about, based on what you asked, but you never did think to ask who he was working for, why he was there. I know why he was there. Who he
Why was
served.
there?
Somebody that could help in this endeavor, because they really don't want Sahagin running around the Azure Gulf. But you're not going to like it.
Sea Princess.
Bingo! And she taps you on the nose again.
You're right, I didn't like it.
Pirates, huh?
Yeah, they've got a navy. They've got a fighting force. They don't want the Sahagin here either. Perhaps you could convince them to help you out. To help out the region. Not for the glory of Saltmarsh, of course, but to, just get rid of the sharks.
I'm personally into this plan.
We don't even know who to talk to, as far as I know.
Pretty sure if we just show up at that bar and start throwing our weight around, glances over at Topaz, we'll probably get somebody's attention, and we can get word to them at least. Or we could always try I've been going around trying to convince people that Sandblay is alive again. I could always write them a letter. We could try and find a way to get that to them.
Who's Sandblay? I don't understand who that is.
Oh, wizard we killed, real jerk. Talked in the third person. Bolin loved him.
Oh,
Yeah. Do we really want to do that though? With pirates, we still have other options. We don't have to work with people here. It'd be, I think, a better optic to work with sea elves, to work with, I don't know, maybe the white faction if we could get there. If we have 3.5 weeks.
The way I look at it, if we send the sea princes in to fight the giant big old shark, they will either fight him and do good, or they'll get killed horribly, which also works for me.
one way or the other, it'll reduce their numbers.
Exactly.
I just don't know if that's the best idea. But if that's what you all agree on, I guess.
Lobu, as no one's speaking, just like slowly starts pulling paper and pencil out and starts writing a letter to Sandblay.
Do you know what Sandblay's writing looked like?
No idea.
I did have letters from him. Or to him.
Libu, do you have forgery?
Let me take a quick look. I doubt it. No.
So whatever you're doing here, you'd be doing at disadvantage.
I'm gonna roll a quick. No, I'm just gonna do it. Just a deception check.
I think this deception check at disadvantage would be your best bet. So Claire taps her teeth briefly and says, "Well, there might be other possibilities, other things you can do."
You don't think this is good enough, Claire?
Maybe not.
I tried my best. Maybe we could hire
Don't you
someone.
have a way of getting around faster, other than what I can do personally?
We got that big old bird.
She pats Lebu on the head. No, silly. There was something you received recently. Think back. What information have you received not too long ago that may or may not provide transportation between point A to point B?
You mean that entire teleportation circle that we just kind of left there? All of those.
You have information, yes? And you have locations?
Know where one is. That is non-functional. We'd have to fix it again.
Claire, do you know how to fix Claire?
I might be able to. It's tricky. Maybe not the best place to go. She thinks for a moment and closes her eyes. Puts her hands out in the air and it seems to be balancing them even though there's nothing there. Time, need more time, need more time. The circle is broken. I cannot do that. I might be able to help out with that. But if you do that, you'll have to make a bigger presence on that island to keep others from taking it. can't leave Ethos unguarded if you rebuild the teleportation circle.
Oh. Oh. Oh no. What if we put the mushroom people in charge?
What?
Is that our option?
You want to put the mushroom people in guarding a patient circle?
Lobu looks like he's having a fucking headache and is blinking rapidly, and he's like, I mean, they're there, and I don't know of any other force that will just hang out on that island for no reason.
I mean, we could always ask Ida to maybe, I don't know, leave some soldiers there. You really want to put the mushroom people in charge?
I don't want to put the mushroom people in charge. I mean, let's go ask the reasonable thing first, for sure. But my guess is she's gonna say, no, I need my soldiers for the army that's massing a short distance away from here.
Right, but we're going to get allies just temporarily. You think the mushroom people is a better option?
I think it's the option that's more likely to happen.
Oh my
Let's
God.
go have that conversation, I guess, but
Yeah. Can they even fight?
I mean, they've got little spears, right?
Yes, they do. You remember their spears. Plus, there are others like Squish who can bite things.
Oh, good. Okay. I fucking guess.
Let's go have that conversation with the military leader, though, first.
Yeah, okay.
So Lobu will head in to try and talk to her again. Or, yeah.
Ida looks up as soon as Lobu comes in.
Still in her.
No, I figured you kind of walked out, maybe walked outside before doing that, and now we're coming back in. Because there's not that much room in her office, after all. But she looks up. Ah, fuck. What do you want now?
Good job not swearing. I appreciate that. Let's all keep our mouths clean. Just kidding. Fuck that. I didn't mean that. Point is...
Yeah, I was about to say that.
Point is, we've learned a lot of stuff in the last, 2 minutes. It's all bad. Everything is bad.
What? How the fuck did you learn something just now that you didn't already know from the scouting mission?
We've got a weird contact. She knows a lot of stuff.
How the fuck?
Yeah, man. She's great, though. Very colorful. I like that. Let's not get off track, though. Our contact believes that the Sahagin have summoned an avatar of their shark god and are slowly filling in their power, and then they're going to release him into the Azure Gulf and completely take control.
Oh, that's a fucking nightmare. How long do we got? Did your contact know? If your contact knows that much, then... What?
3 weeks.
Oh, thank the gods. Might be able to get some stuff done, especially with that information.
Exactly.
She
Now-
rapidly starts writing down a letter. Just need to... She looks at you and she looks down at the letter. Maybe you guys could be up for a transport mission. Got some sensitive documents up through the river up north to up north to the capital.
Maybe. However, we might have a faster way there. And
What?
a faster way to all of our allies.
Okay.
Are you familiar with the concept of teleportation circles?
Well, yeah, wizards and shit. You got a powerful wizard on tap, do you?
Not exactly. We've
Not
got
exactly.
a network of teleportation circles.
What? How the fuck?
We uncovered it a while ago.
And you're just
forgot.
telling me this now?
It's a good point. You know, we're bad scouts. But we could probably restore one, but we're gonna need someone to guard it because there are, and I believe we told you about this, there are several organizations out there that are they don't have people's best interest in mind.
Yeah, neither do most organizations. They just have their followers' best interest, if that.
So how do you feel about a detachment of soldiers going and guarding the teleportation circle that we're gonna reactivate?
I don't think I've got enough. I mean, we're just a village, and we have a handful of guards. We barely have enough to add into to this fight upcoming. That's why we're trying to get the rest, call in some favors from Keoland proper here.
But if you give us a detachment now, we'll be able to get you more soldiers later.
Roll a persuasion check. She shakes her head. Look, I get what you're saying and all, but fuck, there just isn't enough people, and I'm afraid I'm gonna have to decline on that. If you have a way of getting there faster, that's great. If not, I would very much like to hire your services as a courier, in a courier capacity, to get the letter for reinforcements up from the capital itself.
How long will it take to go to the capital?
That is a good question. Pull me up the map. Pull up my measuring system, which is already on the map. Excellent. So we are here at the Salt Marsh, and it is there. So that would be, let's see, that's 30 miles to go there. There's 30 there. So that's about 80 miles. It'll take about 80 miles worth of travel over water to get there. Thankfully, the river's wide enough. You could probably fit your ship down there. Get all the way to the capital, to Madronis itself.
Can you remind me how many miles we can travel a day on ship?
Let me change over to that page.
Sorry about that.
That's okay. Let's see. So the ship travels 2 miles per hour. I want to say that's about 30 hours a day. Maybe 30 miles a day is what it was. I think it was. Hold on. Because you don't need to stop it to sleep, unlike like a horse. It doesn't get exhausted. So. Oh no, that's. So depending on the wind, it's anywhere between 35 and 40 miles a day. Or I should say, not 25. It's as little as 40 and as much as 50 miles per day. My bad. Mathematics, right now, going off the wayside.
Sure. So theoretically, we could get there in 2 days to ask for help from the capital. We have 3 weeks. I mean, if you're not going to give us people to watch over the tower system, then I guess we could do that. But also, are there any other allies we should reach out to? Because that might be more difficult.
Well, I've already sent loose for for the lizard folk, and we're pretty much getting what we can. And this is the last bit of allies that we need, and they're the government. They really need to give allies down here. Let's, their investment in our town is gonna go poof. Probably other settlements around the fucking Azure Gulf. So,
Captain, what's the play? Ultimately, this is you. Noxi, you haven't been piping up much lately.
She's just kind of. She shrugs. And she holds up a sign. I'm fine as long as we get to kill everything in that place.
Respect.
oh, what do you want them dead, Noxy, sweetie?
She holds up another sign. Empty coffers.
What about Orin? Would they give us troops? Could we get aid from them?
Okay, I say we take the letters to the capital. It'll take 2 days, and at least we can try to enlist their help, and then take it from there. We'll worry about the teleportation circles later, I guess. It'll be more havoc now to get them started and not protect them than to just travel like this, I guess. That's my thoughts. So
Oops, I think I miscalculated. My bad. I just realized something. I did the math wrong on how many miles away it is based on my map calculations. Let me redo that. I might be completely off by a couple of days. Sorry, I thought it was one amount, and then it turned out I'm looking at my map. My calculations are wrong, and it's actually another amount. Oh, that's right. Each of those is 20 miles, not 10. So it's actually double that. My bad. It's more like 160 miles away.
still, that's only 4 days.
Yeah.
And this is north to the capital.
Yes. It's north, and then you basically north along the Azure Gulf, and then there's a river, a river that's wide and deep enough to allow a ship like the Stormy Jack to sail up it and reach the capital city.
Okay. Is our odd friend in the room with us?
She's waiting outside.
Alright, I'm gonna stick my head out. How long do you think it would take to get to, the White Faction?
That's a bit more difficult. You might want to talk to the representative that's down at the Nettie place. I know she's still there. I can feel her. I'm good at that. Sensing people. Knowing what they're about. Something I was made for. And as you're talking to her, she seems to be juggling. It's unclear where she got the juggling balls from, but she's juggling.
Oh my god.
Well, yeah, I mean, I guess it's worth going down to the empty net and having a conversation with that lady again.
Yeah, we should do that.
Lobu will start heading there.
And on that note, I think we need a 5-minute break here, guys. Be right back. And I'm back.
Oh, yeah.
Welcome back. Who we still waiting on, do we know?
I think just Dread by my count.
I'm here.
Yay, welcome back. So, if everyone has returned... There we go. I believe you were headed out for... all the way back to the front of the book. The Empty Net, if memory serves. Alright, it is, I believe, late afternoon at this point. So, you enter into the Empty Net, and it's, starting to get busy. You hear somebody say, "Oh no, not them again," as several of you, how many of you exactly, make your way into the tavern.
I'm gonna be headed in there and I'm winking and finger gunsing the guy who's grown.
Yeah.
And of course, last time you were in here, you were in disguise. So they aren't looking to kick you out. They just look up and see some people that they kind of are suspicious about for other reasons.
Yeah, I tried to look at the one that said not those guys again and glare. What do you mean by that?
Roll intimidation with advantage.
Probably be a low number here. Let's see, intimidation. Intimidation. Oh, that is.
Yeah.
The man's face, it's a very ruddy and sunburnt complexion, but it just goes completely pale when you turn your eyes on him. Nothing, ma'am. I didn't mean to say anything.
That's good.
The guy behind the bar that you've seen before kind of like looks around at you guys and kind of nods a bit. Get you something.
What?
Yeah, just something to drink, I suppose.
All right, you got some good ale here.
Sure that works.
And he starts pouring out some glasses for you guys and puts them down on the bar.
Do we see the woman who hired us before? That's who we're looking for right there.
Roll a perception check. Yeah, you don't see it. The only tiefling you notice is Dread.
Well, she must not be here.
Why do you need?
She was our contact for the white faction.
We could always ask around, see if anyone's seen her. She's kind of eccentric.
Force.
Barkeep, you seen any northern tieflings around?
Yeah. You mean Zendros? Yeah, she's probably across the street at this hour.
Across the street?
Yeah, she and her people are at the building across the street.
What do you know about them anyway? They're here for supplies and things.
Not much. They managed to get a few supply lines done, but well, I've heard that that they've been at war for a while with, well, let's just say some of the nations that Keelan doesn't really care for up north. I'm not surprised that there's a lot of war going on up there. It's a lot of ice and snow.
There's kind of wars everywhere.
Yeah, I guess that.
You think she'll be here soon, or should we go? Do you think we could go over there and talk to her?
Up to you. But when she comes down for a drink, She's a bit more chalky, if that's what you want. Here.
Lobu will slam his beer and look over to Volan and be like, "Are you sure? Are you sure we shouldn't try and ask for the Pirat E?
Yeah, okay.
R.
Yeah. I got it, Lobo.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I mean, this
I
would
don't
be the
think
place
so.
I want this guy hanging out.
You're right, but okay. Dread and Lobo, you seem to be willing to work with the pirates, yeah? The Sea Princes? Noxi Topaz, do you have any strong opinions?
Noxie holds her hand up. She writes on a note. Can we kill them after we're done? Help with working.
I think that would be the ultimate plan. We need to kill them after we help them. They help us, whatever.
I think we're making every excuse to not do what has to be done.
I mean, if you want to rush right in there, I'm down. I'm ready.
We have
to
enough
roll.
of an army to distract the vast majority of their forces and draw them out, while a strike force moves in behind and kills the shark.
Feel like maybe we'll have to force the hand of the local constabulary, if that's going to be the case, since we already took that job.
And certainly, what do they care? Sahagin aren't threatening them.
Eventually, it's going to be everybody's problem if it goes too long.
But meanwhile, we're going to traipse around and strike bargains with known backstabbers. What could go wrong?
At least it would get them out of their little hidey hole.
Sure, long enough for them to forge an alliance with the Sahagin and turn on us at the worst possible moment.
It's possible. That's the best. That's the best point I've heard thus far for not turning them against each other.
They may not even know what's going on with Sahagin right now.
Probably not. Well, if we're right about this bar, they've got at least an idea. Though not the full extent, I'm sure.
I just... What are the odds we would convince the council to work with known criminals? That's my biggest concern. We couldn't even get them to support us while to deliver information to allies. So I don't know.
I just don't think inviting them up into these waters is wise. The very moment that they finish doing what is asked of them, if they do it in the first place, they're going to turn on the hand that feeds them. if they see how weak the defenses are here, let's face it, the council really doesn't have much to oppose them with. And then you'll have two enemies and not just one.
Bartender looks at the group of you. It's you guys. They're chatting, and in a quiet moment says, "Do you want any more?"
I'll have another.
Alright. He puts down another ale in front of each of you and leaves you alone again. It seems that he was concerned that you weren't drinking and you were taking up valuable space in his bar.
Did it seem like he overheard us at all?
He's a bartender and you're talking at a bar. There is a good chance.
Oops.
It doesn't matter. We're fine.
Yeah, I guess just future note. Let's keep the PEI. Just kidding. Let's keep that talk to a minimum in the bars that we think.
Yeah, that's probably a very smart idea. Okay. Are we really gonna wait here to talk to what's her name? Zandros?
I said we go knock down her door.
Let's go. I think the quicker we approach this, the faster we can speak to people. It'll be better for us in the end, so why don't we just cross the street?
Yeah.
Alright, cool.
Downs his beer and heads out the door, following Bolin, I assume.
Noxi follows.
I'll finish my ale and follow.
Alright. Yeah. Nearly across the street from the empty net is a building that has a small sign saying Trade Delegation of Ayus on it. And that seems to be where you were directed.
What kind of a place is it?
It looks to be a some kind of trade delegation. But a very small one. Not a full-fledged. What's the proper word? Diplomat's house, but kind of like a small annex of such a thing, but only for trade, not for necessarily for negotiation of other kinds, but designed for facilitating trade and whatever people need to sleep from that delegation.
If no one's gonna stop him, Love was just charging in. Is
Go.
like, Zobar, Tiefling with the who wants the crab machine? Here, let's do this.
And kind of follow behind Lobo, just quietly.
So you're... Ow! Let go. Let go, Lyra. Thank you. So you get to the door, and it's currently closed, but you do hear... you do see lights on through the windows into the place.
Heavy knocking. Unless it's a place that I think I could just walk in.
No, it's definitely more of like, a bit of a private residence with a sign on the door, so knocking is a polite way to do things. You hear footsteps from beyond, and a young man dressed in black leather comes to the door. Yes?
Hey, friend, I need to speak with your boss
Ah.
as quickly as possible.
Alright, I'll take you to the captain. And he just kind of steps aside to allow you to enter.
I'll follow in.
Legs and arms pumping, heading
You-
for the main room.
Yeah, you get turned into basically what seems to be a plush sitting room of sorts. And there's that tiefling again, sitting on the couch, her tail kind of wrapped around her legs, holding a cup of tea in one hand. She kind of looks up. Ah, visitors. Hey, I think I've met you before.
You have indeed.
In Infernal, I say, you don't remember me?
She grins. Have you brought me anything special? She says in an infernal, and how are you?
Well enough, how are you?
Our current trades, which is quite unfortunate. And she says the rest of that in common, by the way.
Oh, you think you got shipping problems right now? Oh boy, lady, let me tell you, some bad stuff's coming, and it's a giant shark. It's a giant shark god.
A giant shark god, you say? And she just kind of like lifts an eyebrow as if she's contemplating whether or not you are, insane or not.
Those. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I'm sure you're aware of the upcoming war with Hagen, yeah?
Well, I've been hearing some rumors and seeing some increased traffic of the various sea races and more lizard folk.
Right, so they're preparing to summon their god, the shark that my friend mentioned. And it appears that they're trying to take over the entire of the Azure Gulf. So, yeah, your shipping issues might get a little worse, but
That would be a great deal of a problem if they managed to do that.
right. Besides the whole god thing, this seems to be a losing war for us right now, so we're here to request assistance.
Yes. She kind of wrinkles her face a bit. Yes, if my kingdom lost access to this region, that would be most unfortunate. She kind of rubs one of her horns. The channel to the north leads directly into the Azure Gulf, and Salt Marsh is one of the better and more reasonable areas to do business with. The Waron might seem like a better choice to some, but they don't want to deal too much with us, and they are a bit close to Mistvale. We'd rather not go near Mistvale to do business. But if you say the Sahagin are now going to threaten the entire region, even Oron wouldn't be safe to do business with.
Nope.
Well, roll a persuasion check with advantage.
You want Bolin too?
Whoever is attempting to persuade her to get in touch with those who might lend aid.
Can I,
Yeah.
since I was involved?
That's why we're getting in advantage, because there's more than one person working here. Very well. I will contact my people and they will send troops, but how soon do they need to be here?
We estimate that they'll start being a big issue in about 3 weeks. But the sooner the better.
Yes, well, they should be here before then. Probably in less than 2 weeks, if I can get them to move fast enough and inform them of how serious the situation is. Now tell me, have you found anything interesting lately?
Hold on, I'm going through the party treasure right now. Sorry.
No intricate machines like I requested?
Unfortunately, not. It seems to be quite difficult to find.
Very well. That is a shame, but it is understandable. If you do happen to find one, or the one, I would be very much like to take it off your hands for a very good price.
You don't have any lead on that, by the by, do you? We've kind of got some other balls up in the air at the moment, but
Afraid not.
well, it seems like our business with you is done for the moment.
Yes, it is. And she looks over at Dread. Would you like some tea?
What type of tea is it? I'll try it.
It's some the tea referred to as Red River tea. It comes from our region.
It's the leaf juice kind.
Oh, I'll try it. Sure.
And she kind of claps her hands, and some of the servants go scurrying off to brew some more.
Put some bee sauce in it. I've heard that makes it taste better. I'm going back down to the beach.
Same.
Topaz is making me crack up. First she calls it bee sauce instead of just bee puke.
Okay, I get it now. Sauce, okay.
So pretty soon the servants return with another cup of an interestingly fragrant red tea. And they hand you the cup. And she says in Infernal, have you ever had any before?
No, I haven't.
It comes from a plant in the north that actually grows even when it's snowing.
Huh.
So it's good for harvest. Seems to grow in some special locations. Some say it only grows on the site of old battlefields.
Oh. Good. I'll take a drink of the tea.
And of course, since it's something you've never had before, please roll me a Constitution saving throw to see how your body reacts to this. Seems like a decent enough tea.
That's good. Very good.
So tell me, why exactly are you with these individuals?
Well, I think I told you this before that I'm a paladin.
Yes, I do recall that conversation. But still, it doesn't tell me exactly why you were with them, or are you simply their holy one?
No, I'm with them because they inherently are good people, and they actually mean well. And I've actually had a chance to eliminate a few undead working side by side with them. So
So that is your motives here. You end the undead, or liberate them, as some might say.
right.
You know, it's interesting. Not long ago, I heard some people talking somewhere around the docks. There was this area to the east of the docks, along the shores of a secluded bay. These buildings. People tend to stay away from them. They keep thinking they're hearing screams in the night. And it got me thinking that maybe there's something undead over there. But, none of the people in town have been wanting to go near it. They just kind of give it a wide berth and forget all about it.
So you think it's ghosts, perhaps?
Well, that would be my first thought, but I haven't heard of any. There have been people who've gone in there, apparently, and never seen anything. They just say that they think they hear screaming from somewhere.
So it's the invisible kind of ghost that kind of smile a little bit.
Perhaps. Perhaps not.
Could be someone pulling a prank on someone, I suppose, too.
Or perhaps there's something unsettling about the place. I like Willen's reaction. Still, if you're interested in liberating undead, perhaps that is a good place to start.
Well, of course, I want to do the will of the goddess. I show her my holy symbol.
And she nods a bit. It is good you are so faithful. Initiate goods protocol.
Alright. And so I finish the tea and I say, thank you for the tea.
Oh, you are most welcome.
So also thanks for the information. I'll go check it out and let you know what I find out.
You are, again, very welcome. And I hope that you, if you do find something undead, that you put it to rest.
Oh, I will.
The apparent screaming is quite unsettling.
Yes. So I'll follow the others out, or go out on my own.
If I recall right, Topaz went down to the shore.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know where the rest of them went. I think some of them followed her, some of them went somewhere else.
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, I'm just gonna say Lobu followed Topaz and is just like has his head underwater.
So yeah, I head towards where Topaz is. And I say, are we good, Topaz?
Why wouldn't we be?
Oh, last time we had a little bit of an argument, did we not?
No, last time you cast a spell on me when I didn't want you to. I don't think there was any argument involved.
I know, but I just want to make sure there are no hard feelings.
Of course there are hard feelings. You fucking paralyzed me.
Alright. Well, don't worry about me casting a spell on you again.
Good, thank you.
Whenever you pick your head up, you would see that Dread has rejoined you.
So, Dread, you like her?
Yeah.
You like her?
I gotta go. What do you mean by that?
I don't know. I was just making conversation, I guess.
Yeah.
Anything interesting?
That sounds like there might be some undead we could go hunt.
Oh, man. Oh, what? I
Well,
mean, no, the war or something, right?
Well, we have time.
We do.
It's 3 weeks before so I can get busy, and we have to wait for troops anyway. Or not. You don't want to get the aid that they just promised to send us.
I doubt if anyone's coming. We'll sit around here with our thumbs up our asses waiting for them. Meanwhile, Sahagin will finish whatever they're doing and become exponentially worse. The land dwellers won't even think about it until they start snatching their babies out of the cribs at night, feeding them to their god. But I suppose we can waste time sailing about the ocean looking for toys for other fucking employers. They don't seem to grasp the seriousness of the situation.
We do have that one letter delivery job. We could pass that off to somebody else, but I mean, it's only 4 days. 4 days?
It sounds like 4 days.
Yes. Nothing to boost one's confidence and prowess than being reduced to messenger boys. Starting to share my parents' disdain and see the land dwellers' utter lack of commitment. I wouldn't be surprised if they're just waiting to sit around and see if the sea races take care of the problem for them.
It does seem pretty concerning that the people around here have been trying to get help from the Empire and have gotten no response yet.
Meanwhile, I can guarantee you that somewhere in the bowels of that now Sahagin lair, they are laying clutches of eggs. Give it a few weeks and they will be hatching.
And they're going to feed it to that thing.
Well, they'll just increase their number. They'll be feeding other races to that. Or their weakest, so the only ones left are the strongest warriors to fight. And honestly, if we're too afraid to go fight them now, when are we going to be brave enough to do it? Are we suddenly going to find our courage after we deliver a letter or find another machine? Or go fight some other zombie? If we don't have it now, well, we never will.
We'll be outnumbered.
When have we not been outnumbered?
When? Let's go see if that druid will come with us, and let's go take care of this Hogan problem now then.
Then let's go. Who else is down here with us? Just 3 of us?
Yeah, where are Noxi?
was gonna wait till they were done with their scene, but like I just figured Noxi's just kind of just wandering town right now.
All right. Yeah, not much has changed except for the occasional Locanth that's wandering around the square looking at things, especially being drawn over to Carly's booth. She is still selling cupcakes. Fish cupcakes, chocolate cupcakes, and a few fruit cupcakes, it looks like.
I don't have the fruit ones yet. Alright, Noxi's gonna go over there and try and purchase a fruit cupcake.
Hey there, sweetie! How are you?
She waves and smiles.
Ah, that is such a nice smile. Glad to see it. What can I get for you today?
My food.
But what is your food? What kind would you like?
She points at the fruit one.
Ah, blueberry. Good choice. And she hands it over to you. I'm also selling a special drink to go with this, if you're interested.
She nods.
And she goes over to this this weird pot that seems to be steaming all on its own. Takes out a small porcelain-looking mug and pours a dark, brownish, blackish liquid into it, and hands it over towards Noxi.
All right, Noxi will take a drink.
Roll the Constitution saving throw to see how you react.
Aha.
As far as your body is concerned, this drink, also known as coffee, is devastatingly poisonous to you. Roll. Roll a 2d6.
All right.
You take 6 points of damage as you forcefully projectile vomit over everything. Carly's face falls as she sees this reaction, and she rushes around from the other side of her booth, pushing her now damaged supply to the ground, and goes, "Oh, I'm so sorry, sweetie. I didn't realize you'd have such a bad reaction to that."
She just holds her hands up. And like, did she get the blueberry cupcake?
Yeah, it is in your hand.
She gets her water skin and just starts like chugging water.
And she rubs your back, and you feel kind of a warm pulse go through your body, and you feel healed. And you stop feeling nauseous. So yeah, you're fully healed after that. There you go, sweetie. Are you okay? I'm so sorry. I didn't realize that was gonna make you sick.
She holds up a sign. I want to go home now. And she starts heading towards the ship.
Poor Noxi.
Who would have thought it would be coffee, huh?
Yeah, right down. Coffee equals poison to your system. Not simply an allergic reaction. Your body violently reacted to that. No, don't go back there. I reconfigured my desk, and my cat now thinks it's the height of fun to walk behind my monitor, right where there's a bunch of wires and cables. Little guy.
I'm pretty sure that was a dice god saying, "No, this little gremlin can't have coffee. It's too powerful."
Yes. No, little guy. There's wires and stuff there that can really hurt you. Come on, out from under there. Little guy, you can get hurt laying back there. Sorry, stream. Sorry, people in the game.
Noxy on a sugar high.
Yeah, we've seen Noxi on a sugar high. But apparently Noxi cannot handle caffeine, or at least can't handle coffee.
Oh yeah, caffeine and sugar, even better.
She seems to do alright with chocolate, I believe, but
Yeah, chocolate's fine.
so it's not caffeine in general that sickens her, but coffee does.
Like, she can also drink tea pretty well, so.
Yeah. But apparently coffee is toxic for her. And what is Volan doing?
Vaughn would have headed probably straight back to the ship. She wouldn't have gone to the beach with the other three.
Okay, so she has a good view of Noxi walking up, somehow looking very pale, in spite of being green.
You alright, Noxie?
Shakes her head.
What happened? What's wrong?
She holds up a sign. Poison.
You were poisoned? By who?
She nods. Cupcake lady.
That fucking bitch, I knew it. She poisoned you. How?
She gave me drink.
Do you want me to kick her ass?
She shakes her head no.
She poisoned you. Noxie?
She holds up a sign that she wrote earlier. I just want to go home.
I mean, fuck, okay, go lay down or something, alright? You don't look great. Kind of pale, a little sweaty, Go sit down.
Alright, Noxi's gonna go to the ship and
And don't order cupcakes from her ever again.
She
Noxie?
looks at the empty cupcake wrapper in her hand.
Noxie!
I think at this point, Dread would head to the ship as well.
Yeah. Probably see Volan staring after Noxi. What does Dread do?
Let's go to my room for now.
Alright. What about Lubu and Topaz?
Going back to the ship.
Yeah, same.
Alright, you arrive back. Dread and Noxi are already there, along with Volan. This guy is no longer here. Dread. Sorry, Dread. Try to track you in your room. Cogsworth is just currently inactive.
Noxi comes out of her room and holds up a sign to Volan. Do we have a bucket?
Are you gonna throw up, Noxi?
She nods.
Oh my god. Okay, I'm gonna yell out to one of the crew, fetch me a bucket, please.
Aye, aye, Captain! It only takes a minute for somebody to come running with a bucket.
Alright, she takes it and goes into her room and closes it and locks it.
Lobo will go up to the door and be like, "You better be ready soon, Noxi. We're not waiting. We're just gonna go fight them. So just get all that
whoa.
out."
Whoa, Lobu, what the fuck do you mean?
Topaz was saying, and she thinks it's a good idea. We don't wait at all or do the mission.
They summoned a shark god.
Yeah, she wants to go blow that up.
Huh? With what? With who? Who's going?
The bag trick. We're doing it, right? Look, I'm interested in doing literally what anyone tells me to do. So, you guys sort that out. I'm gonna keep
Right.
shouting at Noxi's door while she spends time with that bucket.
Wait, so we're going to go in there without an army because they're absolutely not sending an army with us, and kill the avatar of the shark god and take on the army. Yeah.
I think that's the plan, yeah.
What? That's not a plan at all, Lobu.
I mean, it made more sense when Topaz said it.
Topaz,
She's in the room.
why is Lobu telling me we're going to war tomorrow?
Better than sitting around here, waiting for land dwellers to help us when they're not really concerned, or send us on another scout mission.
Right, so the 6 of us are going?
You got any more?
I don't think we do. Our crew can't fight.
Then I guess it's 6.
Topaz? That makes... We're outnumbered and overpowered, and there's a god, maybe?
Then we'll have to be quick and stealthy.
Okay, so the stealth thing didn't work great for us that first time.
Then we leave those behind that can't do it.
Okay, great. So 3 of us are very loud. The 3 of you, Lobu, Noxi, and you're gonna go in?
The rest of you draw the other army out.
I'm kind of opposed to that. This is very bad. No.
You're opposed to actually getting something done, instead of sitting around, like I said before, with our thumbs up our ass, waiting to be sent another letter to deliver.
A letter to gain allies? The 6 of us can't take on an entire civilization of people and a god. It's very important that I mention that last bit, the god part.
Don't know that it's a god. It will be soon if we don't do something about it, though.
Great. Topaz, we can't take on an entire army. It's not happening. You're going to get yourself killed.
Well, then I'll see you on the other side.
Okay. Logo,
Yes.
you're not gonna do this, are you? Because you're not taking the ship to do it.
I mean, it's your ship.
Yeah.
Noxi opens the door
You feeling
and
better?
exits and closes the door behind her. She nods and then shows a sign to Volan. Do we have a shovel?
Okay. All right. I'm just. All right. What the fuck is Noxi doing in here? What's happening in this room?
Noxi, did you leave the top of the barrel off?
Yes.
So, Volan, you see a white mass kind of pulsating at the top. at the top of that barrel. It's like a marshmallow that's being slowly heated up, expanding.
Volan's just gonna start laughing like she's gone insane and she's gonna walk out of the room.
Whoa.
Noxi, fucking fix it. What is it? Why? What have you done?
Noxi holds up a sign. It's not as bad as it looks.
It looks pretty fucking awful.
My barrel.
Can I touch that? Can I?
Don't fucking touch it, Lobu.
Okay. All right.
Lobu.
I'm not.
I see you reaching for it.
I want it.
Why?
All right. You know what? I'm just gonna remove myself from the source of temptation. I really want to see what happens if I push my finger into that. But
Noxi holds up a sign. It's spongy.
Don't. Did you touch it, Noxi?
She nods.
What is it? Why? Why?
She shrugs.
It's your fucking barrel.
Look, Captain, I don't want to tell you how to do your job, but I think the crew's kind of getting away from you.
Yeah, I feel between you guys deciding that you're gonna fight a war without consulting anyone, and Noxi fucking growing marshmallows in my they're so... Noxi, why? What did you do? Why?
She looks like she's like fiddling with her like twiddling her thumbs a little bit, just trying to avoid making eye contact with you.
Well, get rid of it.
She holds up a sign. I'm trying.
What are you gonna do with a fucking shovel, Noxi? Just throw it overboard.
She holds up a sign. That's what I tried with the bucket.
You tried throwing it overboard?
It was liquid before.
Oh, that's so
Oh man,
disgusting.
I gotta get another look at this thing. Can I roll something to understand what this monstrosity is?
Sure, roll a nature check. You're unsure. Noxi's probably marinating God knows what in that bucket, and it somehow formed into some sort of new life form.
Oh.
Noxi, your mom. I'm gonna try and psychically communicate with the thing in the bucket.
Oh, no.
Are you just using awakened mind? Are you doing something else? What is your procedure this on this Lebu?
Awakened mind.
You feel something light from inside that barrel. Something dreaming. Something that it doesn't exactly have a complete mind yet. It's hard to describe, but you can tell that it is not happy that the lid is off, and doesn't like being poked currently.
So I'll just like very gently and very quietly start putting the lid back on
Alright.
while
I really
Why?
like how we've been bombarded.
So you guys
Without that.
watch Lebu stand there for a moment and then slowly put the lid back on the barrel.
it doesn't like having the lid off. Also, don't poke it. I don't know who raised that idea in the first place, but it doesn't like that either.
Oh, but the question remains, what is it?
I think it's a baby. It
No,
doesn't seem like it's fully formed yet.
that's not a baby. That's
Baby, what?
exactly a baby. What?
Noxi's baby barrel.
Noxi, get rid of the fucking kid.
Noxi nods and grabs a dagger. Starts moving towards the barrel.
It doesn't like being poked.
Well,
Noxie's gonna flip the barrel top open and stab it.
Alright, make an attack roll. Ooh. Yellow ooze bursts out from it, and Lobo, you feel a scream in your head. It's very painful.
I'll drop to the floor, clutching my head.
Noxie will just continue slashing at it.
Let's make another attack.
You could at least ask Claire about it or something. I don't know. Oh.
More pain through your head, Libu. Roll a Constitution saving throw for me, please. Alright, you're still conscious, but you are in pain. You are in pain as the mass starts to deflate somewhat in that barrel, but there's orange ooze everywhere.
I don't love that. I don't love what you're doing.
Noxi, by the time you finish stabbing this thing, I'll have aged 30 fucking years. I'm gonna take my pike and I'm gonna try it.
Alright. Yeah, you're still your head's still very much in pain, Libu.
Ow, 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 ow.
Yeah, there's like bursting yellow ichor everywhere. It gets onto you as you stab through, and you start hearing some rattling of whatever's in else is in Noxi's barrel underneath of it.
Who came?
Oh. Noxie just points at the barrel.
Noxi had a fucking kid, apparently.
Ew. Didn't know goblins splattered when they gave birth.
Noxie holds up a sign. It was adopted.
Why the fuck is it here? Noxi, kill it.
Well, I guess I get sneak attack now.
Well, it's already just mush in yellow stuff. But Lobu seems to be the only one that's in pain at the moment.
Can I barrel it up? I mean, not barrel it up. Can I use the bucket?
Sure, you can
Keep
start pulling out some of the remains, but it's completely soaking through everything that's in that barrel.
Oh no. I checked the contents of the barrel.
It's completely soaked with the yellow ooze. Because it dripped all the way through the rest of the barrel.
Noxi, it's not worth it.
It's like a bucket of ranch dressing, except it's pot. I'll be over in our room.
Noxie sighs and starts pushing her barrel up.
I don't want to hear anything more about things I do.
And Noxie's gonna try her best to clean the barrel, I guess.
Probably gonna be at it for some time.
Yeah.
I left the door open. I'm looking at her out the door. You're not actually thinking about using that barrel again, are you? Get another fucking barrel, Noxi.
Noxi, we have like 30 in storage right now. Come on.
My barrel. Lobu, did I upset you?
You just like dry heave slightly. Done a lot of thinking today. There have been a lot of screams in my head. I'm tired.
Noxi's gonna go down and get a new barrel. She's still gotta clean the contents, like the gold and the stuff that is, like, not perishable by whatever goo was on it.
Alright. Yeah, there's now goo all over the deck that where Noxi is working on cleaning it.
I think I need to go get a drink or go to bed. Does anyone want to go get a drink?
Really, I'm not much in the mood for socializing. Noxie, that looks like lumpy cream sauce.
It's so fucking disgusting. How did you even do that?
She holds up a sign, eggs, and then there's like an arrow pointing down.
Of course. Nazi, you're cleaning this entire fucking ship. Look at this. I'm gonna point to the slime trail. This is disgusting.
She just looks like upset about this whole ordeal.
You play stupid games, you get stupid prizes, Noxi.
She holds up a sign. I just wanted food.
You let it sit in the barrel for how long? How long was that growing?
Holds up a sign like a day. Or two.
A day? I don't care as long as it's off my ship and my ship is clean. We're moving on. It's fine.
Moxie just rolls up her sleeve and puts her bandages over her nose so that she doesn't have to smell this awful stuff. And then just...
How do we know that's not all over the hold by now? Anybody been down there lately in the last day or two?
One of the crewmen, hearing this, says, "Well, we saw the mechanical go down there not that long ago. They seem to be fine."
All right then.
Did he come back?
Yeah, they're in the hold right now.
Alright, well, Nox will just get back to cleaning.
Alright, so Noxi's cleaning, Dread's resting, Cogsworth is inactive, Lubu is trying to forget it all, Topaz is hanging out in bed. What is Volan doing?
She's watching and waiting for Noxi to clean the entire thing. She wants to make sure this gets cleaned up.
So you're just supervising?
I'm not participating, but I'm supervising.
That's perfect. And I think that's a good place to stop for tonight. We can find out next week, if Fumblesworth has got an opinion on what's going on here. And what you guys exactly are going to do next, and how you're going to go about it, if you're going to go back to the attack.
I still want to make my bomb. But I need 2 bags of holding. Or a bag of holding and a... Well, I've already got a haversack, I believe, don't I?
Yeah, I believe one of you has a haversack.
Yes, I do. I've already got